Hello and welcome to Flory Models Friday Roundup Show. Here we are with you on the 5th of May 2023. If I sound odd is because I've done this 4 times. We've had a little bit of trouble this morning, to be honest with you. When you do this line of work, it's one of those things when everything's running smoothly and no problems at all, it's great. You just come in, switch everything on, hit record and off you go. And then I have one of those issues where I did probably an hour and a half, 2 hours worth of filming on this, doing the weathering, showing you and all the rest of it, going through the motions of, and then I did that went really well. Did a few bits on some other bits and pieces as well off camera that you'll see later on, and then literally I thought, well, I'll do the show now. So I recorded the show thinking, oh, we're nicely ahead, I get this edited this afternoon, then I get back and weathering this one again with its second coat, making our way through. Get up to do editing, which my editing suite, as you know, is upstairs, put it all on, and the sound bar is flat, which is the worst thing that could ever happen. So I look at it, check the original footage. There's no audio. Yes, it hasn't recorded any sound since I turned this lot on at 7:30 this morning. And I'm like, So now I've got to do it again. So I thought, oh, well, that's okay then. I'll come down and I'll do another recording, but I'll have to sort of, do an overdub to it. So I'll do a voiceover, if you like, right the way through of all the footage I've done on this one. So it seems absolutely fine. And then consequently, get upstairs. It sounds awful. I mean, really bad. So something's definitely wrong down in here. So I come back down in here and we pull everything apart. I take the microphones off. We switch over microphones. It's not that. We then do this. We do that. We do the other. We're pulling it apart. I'm resetting settings and everything. Did the obligatory turn it on and off. Tried all of that. Could find nothing wrong with it. Obviously, now I'm starting to panic because obviously we've got a live show tomorrow with you. And I'm thinking, I've got no sound. So I'm going to have to literally do it off of a laptop with a webcam. And so, yeah, that would be fun. So consequently, I was having a right old nightmare all the way through. And then I was getting, right, do you know what? I've run out of ideas now. I've literally got nothing left. So I turned everything off at the wall. We've got a main isolator switch for the studio as well. Through that, all goes off, go off, make myself a cup of tea. De-stress, come back in, turn it all on, test it. It's working fine. It's like, brilliant. So consequently, what I've actually done is 2 lots for this one now, and I've done 2 shows as well. So I've actually recorded this show. Theoretically, this is 3rd time is a charm. So apologies. So we are really late now. Normally I do the show at midday, and now it's 2:45. So never mind. Anyway, it's one of those ones. It has been, apart from today, a fantastic week. We've really pushed on a lot. We've been doing lots of live stuff, as you probably know as well. We've pushed on a lot, as you can see with the Dozer. Have a look at that at the moment. The CL215, we've been doing these all on the live shows. It's looking absolutely fantastic. And to be honest with you, apart from a little bit of, and it's my fault, we've got some marks on the inside of the windscreen, which I don't know where they've come from. It's actually looking very, very nice. Considering I masked it 18 months ago, and it's taken us 18 months to get this far. So we are looking, as you can see, very nice indeed. So I'm very, very happy how it's turned out, and actually looking forward to getting it mounted onto a stand. I've got some acrylic. We're going to make an acrylic stand for it. I'm going to do it as if it's doing a water drop. That's my plan for this one. But I've got to get some fibre fill. So when that arrives, we'll be getting on with that particular build. Really looking forward to it. Again, we've been working very, very nicely on the actual Dozer, going through the main things on that. I'll show you that in a minute after we've done the catch up. And also I've started on the Hobby Boss, which is the 1/48 scale Hurricane as well, as part of our live shows. So I thought it'd be really, really nice to do that one as a live build as we make our way through. Anyway, it all started on Monday, where we had part 6 of the Dozer up there. So this is really moving into the spray booth. So as always, I went with, an old tested favourite of mine. So we used a little bit of AK's microfiller primer and mixed this into about 10% of rapid drying thinners. Works really well. Make sure it's thoroughly, thoroughly mixed though. And then we went through the motions of putting this on. So first off, a nice little gripper coat. So it's literally just a dusting. So basically it dries very, very quickly. And then the rest of the primer got something to really latch onto. All right. And then obviously second coat going in, getting heavier. And then a third coat is just a real wet coat right the way over to give a very nice satin smooth finish, as you can see down in here. So you get no texture into it at all, and it is all ready for paint. We had a good look around it, and then we did discover we had quite a nasty little sink mark. What it is, there's a couple of ejector pins on these 2 bits as they come together. It's the square ejector pins that look like rectangles. Couldn't get rid of them. I didn't want to go down the filler, so we did a quick job of just giving it a sheeting of a little bit of, I think it's like 0.25 mil plastic card. over the top of those, so that's taken care of that. And as you can see, beautifully smooth and all primed, ready for the paint job. Obviously, first coating was going to be the cat yellow, so obviously we just used a bit of Tamiya XF53. I know it's not right, but it's close enough, and to be honest with you, it's only for chipping anyway, so it will show through very nicely. So we did that on the blade and on anywhere that's going to get chipping. The body doesn't tend to get it on these, it tends to be sort of running gear and things like that, as you can see. So we've got the drive sprockets there, and we've done a little bit as well just down inside of all the actual tracks, so we can chip at those as well. With that on and dry, we then could move on with mask oil. So we use mask oil and a sponge technique. It's a great way of chipping, especially if you use lacquers. So you can just use a little bit of distressed sponge, put it onto tweezers, and we just tap it around liberally right the way over the entire blade, front and sides, to give it some real sort of scrape and chippings and things like that coming through, just as you can see down in there. With that all dry, next up we went in with the Vallejo hemp. Went on beautifully. First time I've used Vallejo hemp in 6 years. Yeah, it must be 6 years now, thinking about it. 6 years. And I have to say, it worked beautiful. I haven't used Model Air for that long a time that they've changed the formula. So now it's got that very nice floral smell when you spray it. And so yeah, it went down absolutely beautiful, no problem at all. The only thing I did, again, tweaked it a little bit. I put a couple of drops of AK 3rd gen thinners, acrylic thinners into it, mixed it up, sprayed it on, went down absolutely beautiful, no problem at all. And that completes part 6 of the actual video build for that one. So if you want to go off members, you can watch that one right now. Tuesday, we are into all the live shows. As you can see, there's CL215 before we unmasked it, and working on that one as well. So as I say, we're doing live shows now. These are completely free to watch. You can go off and you can see them on YouTube or obviously on social media. The comment section is open as well, as is the live chat. So if you want to join in with us, you don't have to be a member. You can have a look, and it's great to have you guys along with this one as well. We're just trying to turn it into a relaxing sort of 90-minute show. Nothing heavy, just building, chatting, answering questions. You guys can chat amongst yourselves. You can ask us questions, and away you go. It's just a little light-hearted modelling sessions in the afternoon, and obviously topical things about what new kits are coming out and what we're building and what we'd like, and so forth and so on, right the way through. Next up on the Wednesday PM show, we had me and the guys. We're going through questions there. Let's go back to a more bit. There we go. Me, Andy, and Matt. Obviously, all new things that are going on in the PM store this week. So obviously the latest kit releases, what's on pre-order, what's been announced, all those things. As you can see there, I'm looking forward to the Hurricane in 48 scale from Armour Hobby. As I say, I sort of championed very heavily the 72nd one. Probably still the finest 72nd scale kit I've ever built. And yeah, I really can't wait to get my hands on that kit. And hopefully within a month or two, I should have one here. We can do a review of it. And then chances are I will do a build on it as well, even though I'm building a Hurricane now. And then we did a 24 scale one not so long ago either. So lots of Hurricanes at the moment, but let's face it, it's better than a Spitfire. Anyway, I'm only joking. Anyway, if you want to catch up with that show, obviously all the new, what's going on, tools, sundries, all your bits and pieces you could ever need, plus all the pre-orders as well, and the members offers, things like that, then you can catch up with that on the PM Model Show. Free to watch as always, so you can see that one there. And then last up for this week was me and Matt were on Thursday, back with you as we were making our way through. As you say, I started to work on the Hurricane because technically the CL215 is waiting now for a few bits and pieces to arrive before we can get on with that one and finish that one off. So usual things we were saying, really laid back, just like our Tuesday shows. So if you want to join in and join us with that one, you can do. And obviously you can catch up in the on the catch up thing. Just watch it as a replay. And then if you've got any comments or questions, please put them in the comment section, and then we'll try and answer just as many as we can throughout the shows when we do all the live stuff. So anyway, if you want to catch up with that one, you can see us sort of building and doing various things in there. I'm doing the Hurricane. Matt's doing the Warhawk, which is the P40. So he's working on that one as well. A couple of classic kits there. So really nice to see that one going together as well. Look at that. Cockpit looks very good on this one. So yes. Good job. Anyway, that brings you bang up to today. So today we've got with you is part 7 of the main Dozer. And really what we started on is the weathering one with this one. So start off with, we go using buffer balls because I want a bit of texture into this. So we've hand painted dark iron down onto this one. And then as you can see, there's the paintwork. We painted up this top area around in here just to make that all marry up and everything. It is a loose fit lid. And then we started buffing this up. So you say, if you ever use buffer balls, you'll know you can go from black like this right the way through to, I've got one in a minute, that. again, so you just keep going at it and buff it up and buff it up, and it goes right the way through. You get this sort of cast texture to it if you hand paint it on. If you spray it, it just goes like a mirror. So that's why we did it that way. So you can see all that chipping coming through, which looks really nice on there. And then obviously it will all be part of the weathering, which we'll see in a moment. As you say, more of that chipping coming through or removing it there. To be honest, just scratching it off with a nail. But you could use obviously a cocktail stick or a wooden stick or something else like that, just to sort of distress it, make it look very nice down on the sides. A little bit more chipping with dark iron, a little bit of dry brushing to give it a scrub. And as you can see, I use dark iron right the way over the entire model, purely because I like it. It gives it a really heavy duty look to it. Doesn't look just plasticky or anything else. So not only does it edges and makes them look nice and metally and catches sort of raised details, but also on flat details, it gives it a little bit of a shine. It just gives it a little bit of weight to it and makes it feel a little bit more worn and used. Anyway, you can catch up with all of those, as always, down in here. If you want to see the full build as a photo build for non-members, you can pop in down in here, or members, just click on these links and you'll be hyperlinked over to where you can watch the full videos as well. So again, loads of high-res pictures. So all you do, pop down in here, click on it, and you get the high-res image just like that. And that will get you to something like, wrong one, there we go. Something like this. So here she is, looking very nice. It's still a little bit wet in here. It's had another, this is now has had the grime wash on the lower halves, as you can see. So it's all down in here, and then over on this side, a bit tricky to grab this thing, you can see in here. And again, by the time we scratch this back, then we'll have the chipping coming through right the way across. So this is just giving it the heavy weathering underneath. Next up for this one, it will get a dust wash, a really light wash to really lighten everything up. Then it'll get dry brushed thoroughly. Then we can start adding all the details, oils and chippings and various bits and pieces into it as well. But you see, we changed out all the armor glass now. That's all looking very nice. And as you can see, just down in here, we've got the Dozer blade, as you can see, and there we go. That's that metalwork showing through and chipping through right the way on this one as well. So again, looking very much the part. Happy of how this one's coming out. And as you say, I've still got to take the wash off the sides again now, because it's still got wash on the sides. All right, and that one's coming along very nicely. Same time, obviously, we moved on with the Spitfire during the live shows. As you can see, we've got this one ready for tomorrow. So if you want to join us, as I say, we'll be on tomorrow as part of our coronation live shows. So we've got this one coming together. We've got a very nice instrument panel down in there. We've got the sides, we've got controls, and we've got harnesses as well, which come with this kit, which is very, very nice indeed, and lots of stuff just like that. So anyway, my biggest problem is I spent all that time doing the weathering on this morning and got no audio for it. So I think what I'm going to have to do is actually wash it all off and do it again and record it again. So yes, I'm about 9 hours from where I normally am at this point. So I've got a lot of catching up to do today. Anyway, it's not going to stop there, though, because we are with you tomorrow, as I said, 10 o'clock live, if you want to join us for our coronation special. So we've got nothing really in the afternoon, because we're having a break, obviously, watch coronation, things like that. But we are going to be live with you in the evening as well. So we'll be on between 7:30 and 9, where Nathan's going to be doing another quiz, just proving how thick we really are, probably. And but anyway, it is going to be fun. We will be live on YouTube as well, so you can do your heart's content with the answers, and you can do the funny answers like a lot of us do, or you can do the sensible ones and see how many best score can get. No prizes, just a lot of fun at the end of the day. And that's what all these shows are about, is just having a little bit of relaxing time doing the hobby. So if you do want to join us tomorrow, we will be live, say 10 a.m. to around about midday. PM Models as well has got a little bit of a special going on for this weekend. Obviously, it's going to tie in with the coronation weekend as well. So they got a bank holiday special deal. It's going to run obviously from Saturday. I presume it'll be midnight tonight, and it will follow right the way through till midnight on Monday. And it's 20% off all kits. Unusual thing is we've got our special offers, excludes those, but he's got fantastic deals in our special offers section. And we've got our damaged box section. So if you want to have a look at any of the great ones, some of these are kit reviews as well. Some of them might just have a creased corner of a box or something else like that. You can see just down in there. So if you want to grab any of those, you can do. And of course, you can get our latest releases, as you can see just down in here. So we've got those Hobby Boss Spitfire Hurricanes. So if you want to grab yourself one of those, you can do as well, and join in with me as we make our way through. Obviously, I'll be doing a little bit of a special as well with Flory model stuff for Saturday and over the weekend. So if you want to get yourself a few pounds off various bits and pieces, you can do as well. Anyway, that's about it for this week. Thank you very much for joining us. As always on a Friday, I'm going to leave you with your great work from the gallery. So until tomorrow morning, live, 10 o'clock, happy modelling. Take care.
I was not ready to falling like I'm wasted. My heart grows heavy. Don't taste me rushing and keep your words naked. You got me blushing. And you forever I'll follow. You'll be my holy ground. You forever I'll follow. In immortality, I can see you and me free. In immortality, I can see you and me free. You left me crying and running through a ghost town, alone and stranded. Why leave me hoping and guessing for the answers? No place stays forbidden. And you forever I'll follow. You'll be my holy ground. You forever I'll follow. In immortality, I can see you and me free.
Hello and welcome to Flory Models. Here we are with you. Hello and welcome to Flory Models. No, it's not giving you time. Hello and welcome to the Flory Models Friday Roundup Show. Here we are with you on the 5th of May 2023. Another great week. Apart from this morning when I managed to record a good 30 minutes chunk of doing this little particular guy, only to find out that the audio's not working.